Okay, the third context that we're going to look at is healthcare context. And I'm going to go through this a little quickly because I'm afraid I might lose time. I know that you can stop and pause, excuse me, and rewind this as you have need. So the first slide just discusses some of the consequences of culture on healthcare in terms of, obviously if we're dealing with healthcare, we're talking about life and death issues, things that are very important. And so doctors and nurses and people in healthcare industry really need to have savvy cultural skills. You can read this. The part that I want to spend more time on is this notion of diverse healthcare belief systems. This is very important. There are three fundamental healthcare belief systems: the supernatural, magic, religious tradition, which is oftentimes considered third world or tribal cultures; holistic traditions, which is many of your Asian traditions, and looks at the big picture; and then the scientific biomedical tradition, which is generally Western medicine. So let's take them one at a time and explore them a little bit deeply. With each one, I want to talk about the underlying premise, the view of the cause of illness, and then how to treat illness. So the first one was supernatural magical tradition. What are some of the underlying premises? Basically, that what is occurring, fate, depends entirely on the actions of God or the supernatural deity. That there are a variety of things that can negatively affect your daily life, whether it's sorcery or magic or evil spirit when people talk about witch doctors. So therefore, what causes illness? Well, illness is attributed to spiritual factors. The gods are angry, you offended, you didn't give an offering, so on and so forth. So then the treatment of that illness is how to create a positive association between the patient and the relevant spirits or deities, or the removal of the negative or evil spirit, whether it's an exorcism or something like that. In the holistic tradition, some of the underlying premises here is that we're going to treat the whole person. It's a very global point of view, and that includes all of his or her parts, whether it's the physical, the emotional, the intellectual, the environmental. Everything is in constant interaction with everything else. If someone suppresses anger over a long period of time, they're likely going to get a physical illness. So therefore, we don't just treat the body, we also have to treat the heart and the mind. And so it's this connection between heart, mind, and body that influences how people interact, and add to that their environment. So people accept responsibility for their own level of well-being. Their everyday choices are very important in terms of taking care of one's health. What is the cause of illness in the holistic tradition? Well, for people to be healthy, they have to maintain harmony with nature's laws. They have to maintain balance within the body. They have to willingly adjust and adapt to changes within their environment and adjust to the physical world rather than attempting to only control the physical world. And so therefore treatment has to do with maintaining balance, getting back in balance if you have gotten out of sync. And so many times you'll have this traditional, holistic, sort of a folk healing approach. The scientific biomedical tradition is what we are familiar excuse me, with in the U.S. Some of the underlying premise is that poor health is a physical phenomenon that can be explained, can be identified, and can be detected. And so therefore we're going to diagnose it, we're going to treat it with physical means. It focuses on an objective diagnosis. It focuses on a scientific explanation of disease. It doesn't necessarily take into account a person's physiological, emotional, or social beliefs or values or norms, and doesn't really look at those in terms of affecting health and illness. So what's the cause of illness in the biomedical? When a person's condition deviates from established norms, then obviously illness can result. So therefore the treatment is to remove the illness-causing agent, and that can be surgery or something of that nature. Language diversity influences healthcare for obvious reasons, and the book discusses the notion of interpreters. Lastly, what is effective healthcare communication? And your book closes with a section about knowing your own culture, your own biases, and creating your effective communicative strategy.